taking fewer, richer, deeper breaths, we're able to get more oxygen, more energy for less effort. And that's exactly what we want. And our noses are also our first line of defense. So you've got nose hair, right? Most people do. And there's also all of these other pathways that air has to follow through as it makes it into our lungs. Those are there for a reason. They help filter out bacteria, viruses, pollutants, dust, and everything else. So when we're breathing through the mouth, all the crap in the air is going directly to my lungs, which causes inflammation and which causes congestion, right? It causes other issues.
I heard you talk about how there's more CO2 in a lot of the air we breathe. Like we get stuck in places like planes, office buildings, even schools, and we're stuck breathing kind of recycled air, I guess.
Yeah, this is something I didn't really pay attention to when I was doing the first edition of the book, which is something I learned a lot about during that time and wanted to put in a bunch of new pages about the science that I discovered. So I heard this about 3-4 years ago, that in indoor environments, carbon dioxide levels are through the roof. We always hear about outdoor environments, CO2 is going up every year, which is true. It's like 422 parts per million outside. Everyone's talking about the outside. No one's talking about the inside. And the reason why they measure CO2 inside is if we're all sitting here, right, and the CO2 levels keep going up in here, that's not from a coal plant or exhaust from a car. It's from our exhalations. So when you're measuring CO2, you're measuring how many other people's exhalations are in the room. So at a CO2 level of around 2,000 parts per million, which is found in a lot of schools and offices, about 1 in every 40 breaths or so is someone else's exhalation.
No.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And if you
nasty.
get up to like 4,000, 5,000, it's 1 in every 10 breaths is someone else's exhalation. So I started cruising around. I travel a lot like you do. I'm always on airplanes and hotels and all that stuff. And I always feel like crap in these hotels. If you've noticed, new hotels, they've glued up all the windows. Back in the day, you're too young to know this, but back in the day, you used to be able to open a window. Maybe not all the way.
Yeah, you used to be able to take your own life.
Yeah. Well, I think back in the old day, in the 50s, like, you want to take your own life? There it is. That's your problem, not our problem. Lawyers got involved. So
that ruined everything.
At least you could open it this much, right? To get fresh. Now you don't have that choice. So I would wake up in these hotels and having not had anything to drink the night before, I would feel totally hungover. My head would hurt. It's like, I wonder how much of this has to do with the air quality, how much CO2 is in the environment.